Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another group stage match of the Super Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament for 2020. My name is Gimp Extreme. My co-host Cass will be here in just a moment. We are getting to have a wonderful matchup between Paraducks64 and Uropsalis and HUmanMustard versus Dustminion. So we got a double header tonight. So 4 racers. They're all going to be using the same seed for the Flag 1 here. And Flag 1's going to be kind of vanilla. You're going to have a vanilla world layout. You're going to have the vanilla stages where they are marked on the map, and then outside of that, they are going to be randomized, and the enemies are going to be randomized where they're at on the map. So, should be a good matchup. Looks like we're just waiting for someone to set up the countdown for them. So. So guys, let's get some I'm gonna get some questions out in chat. Let's see, what do you think the first world is going to be? You got choices 1 through 7 here. Could be anyone. Well, actually, no. First one is going to be World 1. Sorry about that. Flags 2. That's when we'll talk about that. Clarice knew what I was talking about there. It's been a while since I've commentated, so. All right, they got their countdown, so their race should be starting very shortly here. I've gotten their countdown, so here we go. All right, so we see we got World 1. Looks like we got 1 4, but that's at the very end of the stage. It's going to be a long World 1. They're going to start here with 1 6. Looks like Paradox is slightly in the lead here. Europolis not too far behind. Mustard is just a bit ahead of Dustminion right now. Dustminion did take a death early on. So like I said before, Flags 1 is going to be randomized basically through the enemy sets and the location on the maps. The level tiles are going to be the same, along with the forts will be randomized as well, but overall the world layout will be, our world sequence order will be the same. Ooh, and Paradox taking a death. Chomp by Boss Bass. Also is going to try and avoid Boss Bass here. It looks like he's going to be just fine. Everybody else is working their best to avoid him. Looks like Paradox gets through the stage. Not too bad. So now we got the 1-4 stage. There is no auto-scrollers. The auto-scrollers are turned off for the randomizer. However, there are 2 stages in this randomizer that are not turned off. That would be 5-9 and this lost stage of Atlantis. We will not see Atlantis in this flag set, but we might see it next time around.
Hey everyone, this is Cassie. I just wanted to let you know, I did make it in here. I was a little bit late, but looks like the racers are off to a good start here in World 1.
Yeah, it's all good. Cass is new. We're gonna give her a little bit of a slack here.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Mustard did pick up a hammer suit. That's gonna be very useful for later on. Working through 1-5 right now is both him and Paradox, and Dustminion not too far behind really. Ooh, Europolis taking another death there at 1-4. Not looking too good. We do have the World 1 fort here. Star, so that means Paraducks won't exactly have an opportunity to get that item if there's not a leaf at the end of it. HUmanMustard's already using his hammer suit. Dustminion did miss the just getting that edge there. I think he's trying to get to that item. I don't blame him. You never know what you're gonna find up there.
Exactly, it could be something very useful. I guess hopefully we get to see what it is here.
Yeah. Looks like he gets there just fine. Mustard's gonna take care of.
Ooh, and a cloud. That's
Cloud's
gonna come in handy.
That is a huge pickup. That's a huge pickup there for Dustminion. So technically he's got a slight advantage over Mustard, even though he's like roughly about half a stage behind. Paradox just getting rid of that end card game. I don't think he's gonna necessarily play that. Unless he's just doing research. Oh, the water stage with the boomerang bros. Ooh, Paradox goes down. Mustard does take down Larry. Not too hard, just a one-hit Larry. So we're gonna have World 2 coming up here. Oh, there's the frog suit for Paradox.
HUmanMustard said earlier that he's looking for one. He promised us a Bowser kill with a frog suit, so we'll see if he can actually get that.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a frog suit kill from Mustard, and knowing him, he'll try to keep that. Okay, so looks like interesting spot there for the fort in World 2. So Mustard's going to take the pipe. Could be a really short World 2. Yeah, you're going to have to go back there, Mustard. Oh, he's going to go for the end card game, see what he can get. Okay, not a bad idea. Dustminion's going to play the stage. It's going to be 6F2 here, the ice fort. Taking the bottom strat there. That's close, but he did it. And Mustard's taking the same route there. He's going to keep the tail. Dustminion takes care of Boom Boom. And we got Paradox heading into World 2 now with Europolis heading into his fight with Larry. Now Dustminion is going to play his card game, see what he can get here. And then we got 2-5 for Dustminion and HUmanMustard. See where that takes them. Should be the airship after this. So it's a relatively pretty quick World 2, so being out of 2 worlds with around 6.5 minutes roughly is pretty good for both of them. Mustard is going to fight the Hammer Bros here, as Dustminion's got 2 Fireball Bros. Those can be relatively tough to handle if you're pretty new to this. Alright, so Mustard's into the World 2 airship. He's got the Lee, so he can take a little shorter route by flying over it. Dustminion's going to hope that gives him a leaf. Gives him a star. That's still not too bad. Just kind of slows down the movement just a hair. Got an Earthquake Roy for Mustard there, but a 2-hitter, so not too bad. So Mustard and Dustminion are roughly about, say about 8 to 9 seconds apart here. And Paradox is already into the World 2 airship, so he's caught up with Mustard even though he fell behind and had a few deaths early on. Warpless not too far behind. He's playing in 2-5. So here we got World 3. You got 2 stages. Before you get to a pipe, you see there's 1 block and 1 fort. Gives them kind of an idea of what they're looking for here. Dustminion sees the fire flower. Yeah, I'd be going for that too. It's a good item to have. Mustard's going to go small and just keep going through the stage. Not a bad idea. It makes it easier to maneuver through, but at risk of taking a hit and dying. So but he gets through just fine.
Paraducks got through his fight there with no problem, and now uropsalis is going to take him on.
Gotta watch out for those earthquakes. They can stun lock the players. So Larry was 1 hit, Roy was 2, so I'm wondering if Wendy's going to be a classic 3. Looks like we got 3-8 over on Mustard side. No boss bass, but we still got Cheap Chief. That can be still a troublesome enemy in this stage. Paraducks is roughly about a stage and a half ahead of Warpless, and HUmanMustard is about a stage, well, maybe about 3/4 of the stage in front of Dustminion. So, end card games are back. Mustard has 1 match, 2 matches. So we're gonna see what he gets from that. He made 3, so he did the mushroom coin. So he gets a hammer from the mushroom, frog from the coin, flower gives him a clouds. That's a really good end card game there. Dustminion and Mustard are roughly about the same right now, though I think Mustard has the advantage when it comes to items. Yeah, Mustard and Dustminion now are pretty much neck and neck on screen.
Always gotta love when they sync up like that.
Oh yeah. Doesn't happen that often, especially with the randomizer. So unfortunately, that pipe leads us nowhere. No one has a hammer. Mustard does have a hammer, but I think he's going to save it.
Another cloud for HUmanMustard. Nice.
Another good pickup for him. He's got frog suit, 3 clouds, and a hammer. I think he's set. So if he finds a nice little layout where he can skip through a few levels, he's definitely going to take it. You get the 3F2 here, the flooded fort. Really not too many speed strats here. It's just certain ways of swimming around. Don't hit enemies. Don't get stuck on the ground by moving slowly. Pretty easy stage. So both Paraducks and Warpless facing against the same hammer brother, but just different styles. Mustard having a little trouble there with Boom Boom, but gets through it.
That was a nice choice of power up there for Paraducks.
Yeah, having the frog suit for 5F2, that's a gamble in itself, but it's a good choice, I think. Ooh, losing the frog suit. Rip frog. So yeah, Mustard in kind of a tough spot. That blooper down there is going to give him some trouble. Same with Dustminion, but he's going to carry that Koopa shell and just fly right over it. So good move by him. Mustard's going to have to take the classic coin block route there. So the race between Dust and Mustard right now is really close. Paraducks taking care of Boss Bass. He's already eaten him once today. He doesn't want to feed him anymore. Both of them avoid the triple. No fireworks tonight. Oof. Paraducks is just trying to get out of that stage. Ooh, the Paraguba almost sniping him. And 2 hammers. So we got a hammer for Mustard and Minion at the same time. So that's a really good pickup for both players. So far this seed's been very generous with the item selections. So Mustard takes the lead back from Dust. But I mean, we're going to be going back and forth with these two, especially all night. Paraducks into 3F1 fort. No door 3 trick. He's going to go for door 6, play it safe. Uropsalis is currently dealing with the same issue they had before with that blooper.
HUmanMustard's up there giving the end card a go again, seeing what he can find.
Yeah, we already know some of those items give them quite the few power-ups. Clears the board. Clouds and hammers galore. That's what we got. We got so many items here. He's got his patented frog suit too, so he's ready. Dustminion taking a different route here. Checking all the pipes. Well, Mustard's in 3-2. So Dustminion's going to head onto the ship before Mustard. I don't think he was aware of that. Dustminion is suffering a little bit of damage. Paraducks did jump in front of him by heading into the World 3 airship. Wendy is 1, 2, 3 hits. If I'm not mistaken, I may have missed it. Ooh, Dustminion taking that death. That hurts.
I think she was a 4-hitter. I think you missed the first one.
I think I did. Yeah, I was paying attention to Mustard and Dustminion and didn't realize Paraducks was already there.
He kind of just snuck in there.
He's good like that. You gotta watch out for him. So Mustard gets through Wendy. No problems there. So both him are moving on to World 4. Warpless playing the end card game. He's hoping to find some sort of match here. Because you know there's some really valuable items in there. Ooh, Dustminion just dodging that attack by Wendy. The 3 rings out there. She does get those super jumps in. So we got a World 6 fort here in World 4. He's got 6F3 from Mustard. Paraducks is on his final part of that. Warpless going to cloud through there to get to the pipe. Not a bad choice considering he probably figures he's a little bit behind. Good kill on the hammer boomerang bro for him. So Mustard's out of the 6F3. Paraducks is going to take the mushroom house. No, his item selection is very small compared to Mustard right now. Both Mustard and Dustminion have quite a selection in their arsenal as far as items go. 4-3 can be kind of troublesome. Mustard doing all right. He's going to check that item. It's just a 1-up. Might grab it, might not. I don't think he will. He's got plenty of lives at 7. Warpless doing the crouch jump on Wendy. That's actually a pretty smart strat to dodge those lifesavers. Paraducks finding 4F1. This is actually one of the tougher stages speed-wise. Mustard taking care of his hammer bros, gets a P-Wing for his work as Dustminion's in a coin ship. And Warpless is making his way into World 4. Mustard was contemplating taking the pipe there. Yeah, Paraducks realized he built the bridge but accidentally went into the pipe, so he's going to back up a bit. Dustminion taking the bottom route for 4F1. It's a little safer, but it can be a little slower. So watch out for Iggy here in his weird hitbox. Good fight by Paraducks. He's going to be moving on to World 5.
HUmanMustard looked like he was gonna try for the end card again, but wasn't able to find anything.
Yeah.
No matches.
He's still got plenty of items too in his use, so it's not like he's really missing out too much. Mustard is still one of the better players. Oh, good strat there. He does get hit by the Thwomp at the end, but he will get the star kill on Boom Boom. Don't see what Paradox got from the princess there, but it looks like they're going to have to play 5-8. They won't have to play 5-9, which is the other auto-scroller in this game, so that's good. Don't have to worry about that. 5-8 seems to be one of the tougher stages for most of our racers, including myself. Really hard to avoid that Makitu there. He's going to give us some trouble. Does make him lose his leaf, but he does get through. No problem. Mustard moving on to Iggy's fight along with Dustminion, who just finishes it up. Looks like Paraduck's going to try that end card game one more time. Going to clear it out here. Tanuki suits and hammers galore for him. He's got quite a bit. He's got 5F1 here. Gonna take 2 hits there. He's going to play it safe at this last one. If he had a mushroom, I would assume he was just going to plow right through that as well. Got the commands in chat. Tanuki, command. There we are. Thank you, chat. So both Dustminion and Mustard are on the same stage. Roughly, Dustminion's about a third of a stage ahead of them, so not too far ahead. Get the pipe here. Let's see where this leads them up in the sky world. Not a bad choice, considering they all have hammers. That's going to make this world fairly quick. Paradox is known to use a triple cloud before. He's done that in a tournament race.
Definitely looked like he was thinking about it.
He thought he did that against me actually a couple of years ago in a bracket race and beat me.
Wow.
Let's see, Mustard heading through 5F1. Ooh, Paradox taking a death there by the chomp, the chain chomp there. He's gonna put on that one of those 30 Tanuki suits he has and head back into the stage. So Mustard and Dustminion roughly still only just a few seconds apart. Now we got 5-4 here. Relatively easy stage. Paradox is probably going to save a cloud for 5-3. 5-3 is definitely a longer stage in this map. Or in this seed, technically. So I would definitely avoid that if I was him. Avoids the fire chomp there. Good dodge by him. Yeah, when you get... Dustminion had 4 hammers, and so does Paradox. Too many hammers right now, so World 6 and 7 could be relatively quick depending on where the blocks are. So Paradox in a World 5 airship, he's going to take on Roy. Roy's got 1, 2, 3 hits for Roy. No earthquake, so... Warpless also gets out of World 4 for himself, so he'll be entering World 5 here shortly. Oh, Mustard is going to play 5-3. Interesting choice by him. He might be saving the clouds for World 6. I wouldn't blame him for that.
Well, I think he changed his mind on that world.
Yep.
Not gonna do that one.
Don't blame him. You got 4. There you go. He loses the P-wing, but that's alright. He still has a tail out of it. Yeah, you got 4 hammers. You might as well use it on that rock there. Paradox in the coin ship here. He's gonna find out what these guys are gonna grace him with. Probably another hammer, if I'm not mistaken, with this seed. That's a star. I'll take a star. So now 6-1 here for Paraducks is actually 4-1. So it wasn't used in the last in World 4. So that's what can happen sometimes in these Group 1 seeds. You might see a level that wasn't used early on because it got replaced by a fort, replaced in another world. So Dustminion finishing up his Roy fight. He's got one more hit. Nicely done. They get an anchor from Peach in World 5. So anchor is kind of an RNG item. We don't know what it does until you use it. Could be a cloud, could be a hammer, could be a music box, could be a mushroom, could be a fire flower, could be a hammer suit. We don't know. Yeah, Mustard heading through the airship himself, the coin ship, sorry. So he's got a little bit of a lead here on Dustminion right now. Paraducks having good use of the tail getting through his stage. He's actually gonna fight them. I would use a screen transition because of just the amount of items you have already. You don't really need any more. Mustard's playing through 6F1 right now. Gets the star. He's gonna get the star kill and boom boom. We're gonna get the upside down orb. So get ready for that, chat. Got 6-4 here for Paraducks. I think it's smart for Mustard to play that stage just to see what that did later on for him, because that could be a big part. Looks like Uropsalis is finishing up his World 5 here. He's going into his Roy fight here in just a moment. And it looks like we got Paraducks in 6-10. Not going to take that secret route down there. That's okay. Don't really need to. It's not really a speed strat, but definitely a fun strat to do casually. Got the Angry Sun, but he's no big deal here. So Warpless is making his way into World 6. We got another lock, but don't worry. We got plenty of hammers for those. So 6-5 or 6-6? Pick your poison. He's going to play 6-6, actually. Is that right? Yeah, he's going to play 6-6. I would think 6-5 would be faster. Not what you want to see on the world map. Both of these stages can be very long. I think 6-6 is definitely the harder and the longer of the stages. Mustard in his 6-10 stage right now. Warpless beating his coin ship. Dustminion finishing up his stage. So the racers, they're all pretty close to each other. I think Warpless is still a few stages behind, but Mustard, Dust, and Paraducks are all within a few stages of each other. Paraducks doing a great job with 6-6 here. Just gotta watch out for that last enemy. You don't know what it is. And he gets through, no problems. So the in-card game again for Mustard. I think he's just going to try and find what he can. Gets another mushroom. So he's going to head into the World 6 airship for Paraducks. Doesn't use a power-up. Don't really need it for the stage if you play it safe. Mustard's not too far behind him on that. So keep in mind that Mustard is facing against Dustminion and Paraducks is up against Warpless.
Dustminion just barely made it up out of those spikes.
Yeah, that was so close. Paraducks keeping Lemmy in the corner. See if Mustard does the same. There you go, 3 hit. So he's pretty much a vanilla. Dustminion, you're going to get the star kill there. So now we're heading into World 7. Oh no, Uropsalis missing the P-switch. That's a tough death to take there. 7's going to be confusing with the world pipe, with all the pipe mazes in there and going all sorts of places. You got several to choose from. We've seen 2 forts so far, but that doesn't mean anything. We can see something else later on. Okay, he's going to put the plant to sleep. See what the pipe takes him to. Takes him to the other side, so that plant's going to be awake now when he comes out of there. Okay, so he's going to use a star here on the plant stage that Mustard's on as well. Got the Angry Sun, but Angry Sun only activates after so far into a level, so they won't have to worry about him. Both of them getting a P-switch. Good items. Dustminion's going to take 6-5 instead of 6-6, what Paraducks did earlier, so... Neither one's liking what they're finding through the pipes right now. I almost think they're going to have to play 7-3. Okay, so Mustard's going to play 7-4, which is going to be a longer stage to check the pipe. So 7-4 was an autoscroller that is removed, so it's still a slow level, but much better than it was as an autoscroller. And Paraducks is on the Chomper run right now. So I'm kind of surprised that Mustard didn't take that cloud for the next stage, but he's going to use it here. Oh, Paraducks doing a 2-star run. Gets it. Good play by him. Dustminion's on his World 6 airship, trying to finish that as quickly as possible. Uropsalis is actually not too far behind him, so those two have kind of caught up to each other yet. Both Mustard and Paraducks are leading their races right now. So he's got to complete a fort to build a bridge to get to the airship here for World 7. So he's going to knock out the Piranha stage real quick just to see what kind of item you're going to get from it. As Paraducks is playing through 7-4. Yeah, in chat, people are saying random runners forget the vanilla stages by numbers. Sometimes we do. I have fallen victim to it, and so have many others. So it happens. So Mustard's in the, what we like to call Piranha Alley. Lovely stage here. There is a chance that there is an item to get. Can be a hammer suit, can be a mushroom, can be a flower, can be a 1-up. We don't know, but generally this is where you would find a hammer suit in a vanilla game. He's going to take that route and see what he gets. Gets the mushroom. Not worth it, but that's alright. Safer route, I think. So all the players are in World 7 right now, trying to figure out, Paraducks finds the room with a view. So Mustard is in 7F1 here. Fort Knox, as we like to call it, yet what I like to call it is RNG fort, because if you get lucky and have the right item equipped, it's very fast. If not, it can take a long time to get through. And Paraducks is through all of our favorite forts, Piranha Fort, 7F2. So we're going to find out which one is the correct one here. Mustard's going to head back. He did 7F1. Paraducks is doing 7F2. And 7F1 is the correct choice, so Paraducks is not going to be happy when he sees that. Oh, Dustminion struggling a little bit on the Chomper stage, but if he gets the star, he should be fine. Mustard keeping the P-speed strats here. Nicely done by him. He's headed into his fight with Ludwig. Oh, Ludwig is an Earthquaker, so look out. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he's a big boy. 5 hits. That's a big Ludwig. Earthquakes and a 5-hitter. So Paradox knows he has to go through the next fort, so he's going to try and keep his tail throughout this stage. Mustard will be the first one heading into World 8. See what we won't see what he gets from Peach because it will be a letter from Bowser, so it will be in his inventory, but we won't see what it is. So we got 1 fort and 2 pipes on the front page here. So we got the Air Force. Not too bad of a stage if you're decent at platforming. Can still be troublesome though. Paradox is going to have to take the somewhat long route here through 7F1. Warpless finishing 7-4, and Dustminion is finding out where he needs to go now. Mustard through the Air Force stage. Paradox finishing up 7F1. Dustminion finds 7F2, but I don't think he's going to play it. Unfortunately, he's going to find out that's not the stage he needs. So now we got the army stage here for HUmanMustard. Should be fairly quick. Luckily, there's no auto-scrollers like we mentioned before. Warpless has actually caught up pretty quick to Paradox. He's still a few stages behind, but he's made up quite a bit of ground. Paradox still has that hammer suit, so he's going to make sure to try to keep that. Dustminion on that second part of 7F2. He's going to try to bring the hot feet towards him. He's trying to avoid damage here. This is kind of a tricky part, and he does. Music box there for Paradox, but that's not that helpful at this point in the game. Yeah, so keep in mind the races are between Paradox versus Warpless and then HUmanMustard against Dustminion. So unfortunately the top 2 guys aren't facing each other, but then again, there's still 2 really good races going on right now. Mustard found the hand bridge, now he finds the Dark World. He's actually going to use his hammers here. Kind of risky, can kind of confuse you where you're going, but we'll find out. He does find Bowser's Valley, but it's only needing 1 bridge, so he's going to find out which fort does that. He's already done the Air Force. We know that's not one of them. So it could be super tanks here. So we got Warpless playing the in-card game. Paradox going back through the World 7 airship here. Warpless has actually made up quite a bit of ground. He is literally, I'd say, yeah, he's a stage behind at this point. So World 8 could actually be an upset here for Paradox if Warpless figures out the route faster. So that 1 bridge, see if that's the right one. And oh, he's gonna get grabbed by that hand there. Luckily the hand stages are relatively short. You do get an item. If he's lucky, it might be a hammer suit. We're not sure yet.
But would he use it if he did get it?
I doubt it. Knowing Mustard, I doubt it. He feels pretty confident he will use the frog suit. So, and we got the World 8 Maze Fort here for him. So Paradox and Warpless are, we're talking like 30 to 40 seconds difference, and in World 8, that's a huge disadvantage right now for Paradox, because if he gets lost in World 8, that could be a GG for him. So HUmanMustard does miss the 1 cycle for the P-switch here. He's going to go into Small Mario. Hopefully that was the bridge for him. Thank you for the command there. I did miss that. Warpless is going to avoid the Air Force. Nope, he's going to go back. Never mind. Mustard's checking to see if that bridge was built. Paraducks knows it's only one bridge required. Oh, Warpless taking an unfortunate death. There's the frog suit for you guys. Mustard's heading into Bowser's Fortress with the frog suit. He's in go mode.
Hopefully he can make it through the fireballs.
Yeah, that's going to be the tricky part.
Yep.
Right now, Dustminion is entering into World 8 right now. Warpless playing through the Air Force stage one more time. He's at the Boom Boom fight. Should be pretty easy. Paraducks still not finding the right stage. See, Mustard is making his way. He's gonna go. Looks like gonna go bottom route here. Paraducks heading into the World 8 Maze Fort, which I believe is the correct one. Oh, there goes the frog. And he takes the death. Takes the death. He wants the frog win. Does he have a frog suit?
I don't think he has another one.
No, he does not. So he has to go with the hammer suit here. That's all right. We got to give him swag points for that. A for effort. Tries to get the swag clip. Does not. Gonna just see if he gets the top one. Doesn't get that one either. So Warpless is working his way through the super tanks. He's going to find out that's not the right one either. See, this is where the hammers can kind of be troublesome for the players here, because the hammers can kind of mess up lock locations and knowing which stage is the correct one. Paraducks getting grabbed by the hand stage. He's just going to play it, like we said. It's a pretty quick stage, not too hard. Does get the hammer suit, so that is a good pickup from the hand stages. Although Paraducks did have one, that's where Mustard got his, because he did use his early on. And there goes Bowser, guys. Give out your GGs to HUmanMustard. He will take game one here between him and Dustminion.
Looks like Paraducks is heading into Bowser's Castle.
Yep, he's got his star and frog suit. Does not get the swag clip either. We will say that HUmanMustard finished with an SRL time of 40:53, so GG's to him again. Paraducks taking the easy everyman clip there. He's going to go top route as well. He gets the clip, so this is definitely the safest route as far as this goes. It might be longer depending on the fireball location, but definitely safer. Bye, Bowser. Bye, Bowser.
GG to Paraducks.
With that, Paraducks does finish with an SRL time of 41:49. So give out your GGs to Paraducks. And you got two of the bottom runners both in the same stage. This is the bridge stage, so Dustminion and Warpless. It's important for both these runners to finish and not to forfeit, because regardless of if they win the race or not, if they do have a chance to get into the bracket stage with the tiebreaker, it is based on time. So still finishing with the best time is very important, even if you lost a race. You get the upside down question mark orb there for Warpless. Good star kill for him. Dustminion is a little bit behind him on that one. Get the orbs and you get the bros. That's why I call the upside down orb is bro. Warpless getting caught by the hand stage, but he's going to find out that's a good thing. Gives him a hammer suit. Dustminion is making his way back to the Valley of Bowser. And there goes Dustminion into the Bowser stage. Keeping that hammer suit, that's smart. Ooh, no clip there. He tried. A for effort there. It's a tough clip to do. Both of them are in the Bowser stage, so if one of them loses the hammer suit, that's going to cost them quite a bit of time. Dustminion taking the top route here. He's going to try and clip. Does not get it. We'll stick to the top route. Ooh, Warpless missed the one up. That's why I call an invalid run. I'm just kidding. Doing a good job, though. Both of them taking top route here. Dustminion doing a good job dodging the fireballs. They're actually pretty nice today. And hi Bowser, bye Bowser. So there you go. Dustminion takes that win there. Although he does lose the race, it is still a good time for him. Give out your GGs to Dustminion. He will finish with an SRL time of 44:31. Oh, and Warpless also here finishing up with an SRL time of 44:31.
GG to all the racers.
Yes. So guys, if you really like that and you're having a lot of fun, sit tight. They're going to take a quick break, get some water, go to the bathroom. I suggest you all do the same. When we come back, we will have Flags 2. Flags 2 is much more what you're going to see in a randomizer. Random map locations, random world order. Levels are swapped up. Fortresses are swapped up. Still got the end card game with the random items in there, but it's going to be really exciting. And sometimes it's going to be even faster than the seed. So hang tight. We'll be right back. Sorry about the wait there, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are all set for the second match between Paraducks64 and Uropsalis and HUmanMustard against Dustminion. My name is Gimp Extreme. I will have Cass here joining me in just a second, and the races will begin. So the racers have received their countdowns. So if you, as we said before, Flags 2 is going to be a little different. World orders shuffled, world level locations, fortresses, blocks. It's all going to be randomized except for the airships. So it should be a good race. I hope you guys are excited. We got a good race ahead of us. As you know, in the last race, Paraducks64 and HUmanMustard both won their races, so they take a lead in their groups, and Warpless and Dustminion hope to knock them out for this one. So racers have gotten their countdowns. Chat, let's see what you think the first world is going to be. Got a world 7. I like that. And it looks like we got a world 3. And we got the 1-5 beta here stage for all 3 of the racers. No power-ups in the stage, so it's going to be a little tricky to get through as Small Mario. Paradox taking a little slow there. Fortunately, Warpless did suffer a death there. That's all right. Most runners have a hard time with that. So let's see here. We got now, next stage is going to be, they're going to have a pipe here. They're going to check the pipe. Not a bad idea. Could be a god pipe. And nope, it's right behind a lock. So they are going to have to play through 3-1 up top there. Enemies are shuffled in the flags. Yes, they are. Sorry. Meant to say that early on. So here we got 4-3, it looks like. No power-ups yet, so that's kind of a tough start for all the racers. And that star there for Paradox is huge. It makes the stage really fast. Mustard grabbing his as well. So Uropsalis is entering 4-3 as we speak. Dustminion not too far behind him. So Paradox is going to move on. I think he's probably going to grab... Ooh, I would have grabbed the mushroom suit there. Ooh, Uropsalis taking a death and Paradox taking a death there to the chain chomp. So he's going to give that a try one more time. Mustard did grab the mushroom there and 4-3. Not a bad idea, considering they haven't had a good power-up yet. So he will get through that first stage here. No issues. Here we got a 3-7. So you're going to find 5-2. They're going to want to avoid the bottom route. That does take a very long time to go through. There's Boss Bass. We didn't see a sighting of him. So Mustard's going to take a different route here. He's going to take this big item block. Nope, just going to take the mushroom. Not a bad idea. Paradox now moving into some Hammer Brothers fight. It is a big one in water. That's going to be troublesome if he can't get out of the water quick enough. Misses out on the mushroom, but he does take care of the Hammer Rose.
Even it looks like Dustminion got taken out by that Paragoomba.
Yeah, the Paragoombas can be troublesome, that's for sure. Getting a Firefly there from Mustard, that's a great item to pick up. Paraducks is through the F1, or 2F1. Sorry about that. Mustard's not too far behind him. Dustminion is taking the top route for 5-2. That's good. So not too far behind. Warpless is still a little bit behind them, but he's working his way to keep up. So this is still a really close race early on here, which is good. Does give Paraducks his first end card game. So last time the end card games were given away, clouds and hammers made it very easy for the runners. No matches for him this time. Mustard is taking on Boom Boom. Takes him out along with Uropsalis. They're almost side by side there. Dustminion's handling the giant hammer bros there in the water stage. And we got 6-4 here for Paraducks. Mustard does make a match right away. Almost makes a second one. So we'll find out what the flowers do for them in the end card game here. Does only give him a star. Not what he wanted to see, but that's alright. Because if you find out that your end card game is not giving away anything good, then it's easier to avoid. We got 5-5 up here on top for Paraducks. Mustard not too far behind. He's small Mario, so he's got to be a little careful. Finding more stars than he wants to. It looks like we got two pipes there, so it's got to be one or the other. It's going to be the one on the very end, so the vanilla location for the pipe. So here we got the World 3 airship that is going to be the World 5 airship. We're going to find Windy Koopa here. Hopefully she's nice and doesn't have all those Baconators in her. So we got 2. Paraducks trying to go for the fire kill. Doesn't need to. It's just 3 hits. Vanilla Windy. Nice and easy.
HUmanMustard is entering the airship as well.
Entering his fight with Wendy should be a routinely easy fight, especially for Mustard. He's pretty experienced at this game. Does take a hit, but does take her out. So Paraducks does finish World 1 under 7 minutes. Looks like he got a hammer from that. Yeah. Not a bad item to pick up. And we find 4 knocks right away to start World 2, which is World 6.
And your Uropsalis is on his way to see if he can get Wendy in here. It's not too far behind.
No, he's roughly about the stage, I'd say, behind. But that's not too much. I mean, that's 1 death. Maybe a hammer use here or there. He's in good shape. Dustminion's roughly about a stage behind Mustard. So, I mean, these races are all still really close early on. Mustard, unfortunately, does not have a mushroom, so he's going to have to power through this as Small Mario, collect the mushroom, and then get the Tanuki suit. So it's going to be a very long 7F1. Oh no, Dustminion does take a wallop from Windy, so that will set him back. So we got the giant hammer bros. Nice tail whip there by Paraducks. And there he goes. He gets that star. This is definitely a star run, Ice Groove. You're right. He's actually going to use the hammer on the pipe here. Does send him to the end of the stage. Wow, that's a great use for the hammer. And World 6 is just about done already, so he's on the World 7 airship where he'll fight Lemmy Koopa. Hopefully he's not too beefy, but he's generally easy, mostly because he can't be an Earthquaker, so that's good. Dustminion does get through his fun fight with Wendy. Mustard's going to take on these Hammer Bros as well. Just as Warpless is at the same time. Dustminion's dealing with 7F1, so it's going to take him quite a bit of time to get through. Mustard's got the same idea. I'm going to use that hammer, skip the whole world, and get to the end.
You're also used his hammer as well?
Yeah, good choice by him, I believe. So it looks like we got the 6F2 here for the World 4 fort. Got the ice fort here. This is definitely an ice run. There's a lot of ice here. The swag statue, that's right, DLP. Another star there. The seed is not being as nice as it was last time. So Uropsalis and Mustard about the same time out of World 2. Dustminion still roughly a few stages behind. So with that fort down, Paraducks is going to check to see if that built the bridge for him. And it did. So while the items have not been generous, the seed's been moving pretty quick, so he'll be roughly out of World 3 in under 12.5 minutes. Nice clip there by Paraducks. Another star. So now we got Iggy Koopa. Got to watch out for his hitbox. That could be a bit troublesome. And down he goes. So, I mean, the seed's been moving pretty quick. So, chat, let's see. What do you think World 4 is going to be? We've already seen 6. We've already seen 3. And 4. So we got a 1. Claris thinks it's going to be 1. We got a 2, a 5. 2 5s. I'm going to say 7. That's my guess. We're going to see a World 7 here. Warpless trying to get through Worlds, the 6F2 fort with the frog suit. Doesn't have that much luck. Hammer suit, though. We got a World 2. God, Empress, you got that right. Congratulations, you won 100 imaginary dollars from me. Alright, so now we got 5F2 here. The lava fort. Imaginary money's your favorite. I'm glad you like it. Trick about 5F2, you just keep moving. Don't stop. You keep moving. So Dustminion is getting into World 3 finally. His Mustard is making his way back to see where the bridge was. He got it.
You're also seeing what he can find from the Hammer Bros. Looks like he picked up, not this time, but the time before, he picked up a hammer. That'll come in handy down the road.
Here's a stage you don't see very often. This is the 1.6 beta stage. This was recently added. Fred found this when he was working on the randomizer by updating it. Ooh, and Paraducks falling right in the middle of the pit there. Yeah, you got three stars. Last time that was 3 clouds instead. Mustard's taking down Iggy. No problems there for him. Yeah, a lot of the runners don't see 1.6 beta that often, so they're not really sure how to handle it. And usually you find those fire snakes and chain chomps with them. getting through very nicely.
Oh, and Iggy got the best of your uropsalis. You have to try now.
It's a long trek back. No Paradox without a power-up, so he's going to take a death here just so he can get the clip for 7-1.
Always fun to see a clip with the frog suit. Gotta love it.
That is something you don't see very often either. Very impressive there, the frog clip. We'll have to tell Mustard when this race is done. He'll be impressed with that. Alright, so he's going back to the end card game. He's got a mushroom match. See what the mushrooms give him. And a flower, so... Not gonna look. He's just gonna head straight into that fight there. Mustard's playing through 7-5. Warpless still dealing with some trouble there with Iggy, so he's gonna put on the frog suit here. Paraducks finds himself in 7-5 as well.
HUmanMustard's having a tough time getting up onto that platform to get in that pipe.
Yeah, the fire snakes and the chain chomps aren't making it easy for him. Got a coin chip here for Paraducks. Gonna take the 1-up, not a bad idea. A couple deaths from him. Always playing it safe is not a bad decision. Mustard having to do it the old school way. He's gonna have to make the bridge of coin blocks. Paradox is going to cloud through it and use a P-Wing for this stage. He's going to find the World 1 airship where he'll fight Morton Koopa. Ooh, Mustard taking an unfortunate death there. That's going to hurt. Does have a cloud. He's going to use that. He's going to have to use that frog suit. Nope, he's going to save it. Oh, Iggy giving Dustminion just a little bit of issue there with that goofy hitbox of his. Takes him down. He'll be moving on to World 4. As we're taking down a one-hit Morton. That will push them on to World 5. Which is World 7. So 7's always fun, like we said before. Pipe maze. So we see one fort so far, one lock. I think Paraducks is trying to see the other side of the island. Just to see what he needs. Yeah, we got a 7-10 card, so... Could be interesting. Dustminion finds out the 7-5, wishes he can backtrack a little bit, but... I think he is going to do that. Just take a death and keep moving. Paradox with the swag clip into the pipe after getting the star. I think the clouds got replaced with stars in this seed. So he is going to play the fort, and there's Piranha Fort for both Mustard and Paraducks. Look, another star. Paraducks taking an unfortunate death as Mustard is blasting through. He gets through the Tunnel of Love and moves on to the next part of the stage with another star.
But they're handy, look at that. You just don't even have to worry about the enemies. Blow right by them.
That's right. He's going to take the damage boost here. Most players will do that just to get through. Boom Boom's not that much of a problem. Got to use those iframes effectively. Paraducks doing the same strategy as HUmanMustard. So that lock, it broke the lock down there, so we still don't know what's on the other island, but hopefully that lock blocking the pipe is the correct pipe. Mustard makes the match on the 1-up. Matches the mushrooms. And the 20.
Oh, he's really getting lucky.
So we'll find out what he gets from that. Paraducks finding himself on the Sun stage, which is ironic because he's actually here for the randomizer, so... Everybody else has traumatizing moments as a kid playing this. Mustard's going to cloud through 7-6 here. Not a bad choice. Finds himself between two different pipes. He's going to pick the bottom one. Finds himself on the island with the mushroom house. Not what he wants. He's going to take the top right. Finds the correct... Paraducks finds the right one. They're both heading into this stage at the same exact time. Warpless doing a great job there avoiding damage. He was down to Small Mario at that point. Finding a cloud is a great item here. So no extra stars this time, just a cloud. I bet they both appreciate that. Mustard finding an arsenal of frog suits here. Manages to keep it. Paradox is moving on into his Ludwig fight. Ludwig is an Earthquaker. Three hits, so classic Ludwig. Not too bad. Warpless doing a good job there, avoiding the sun. He's almost done with the stage. He finds a 7F2 for it. Not exactly what players want to see, but I say the more you play it, the better you get at it. Two different messages. We get the cat on the keyboard, and tonight we dine on frog soup. So World 5's got two forts to start. The blue one to start out, which is 4F1. Beautiful movement there by Paraducks. Mustard's wanting to keep that frog suit. Knows he won't fit with that small one block spot. So they have to play 5-8 and then the fort to build a bridge. So World 5 looks like it could be a really long world. Here we're finding 3... I think this is... Sorry, not 3-3. This is 4-2. Well, it looks like we're getting rated by SpeedGaming 2. Welcome, everybody. We're here with the Super Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament Group 2 stages. Got a quad match going on. Now we're going to find the 4F2 here for Paraducks and Mustard at the same time. Warpless taking care of Ludwig, doing a good job there. Finding Boom Boom there at the end. Paraducks takes him down. Mustard's got the fireball, so he's slightly faster kill. So Paradox is going to play the end card game that he did avoid at first. Mustard is in 7-9, which is kind of a long stage. I think he's going to take a different route here. Look to see if he can use a cloud or something. I don't blame him. I think that's just a faster route. Doing that, put on the star, go beat a Hammer Bro. It kind of locks your space on the map. So looks like Paraducks is actually going to play through the stage. Mustard's taking the speed route. A fast, not speed, but technically a faster route here. Using a hammer suit against, well, Boomerang Bros. Loses it, but that's alright. See what he gets from them for doing that. Gets the P-Wing, which is nice. Dustminion moving on to his World 6. Paraducks does do a clip there, so that's a nice clip by Paraducks. Mustard taking out the other Hammer Bros, and he does get a hammer for his work, so not a bad item to grab. So we see the towers, still got 2 more stages here. Yeah, 8-2 for Mustard. Dustminion working his way through 4F1, as Warpless is working his way through 4F2. Gotta watch out for that cheap from Mustard. That could cause some problems later on. Mustard's playing it safe by taking the high route and jumping to avoid the cheap from hitting them. Looks like we got some in-card game here for Uropsalis, and Dustminion playing through 4-2. Mustard kind of scooting by there, just barely. In the World 6 stage there. Avoids the fireworks, so no fireworks tonight, boys. Gonna play the in-card game again. Finds the 10 coin. Gets the flower. Yeah, either way, he's gonna finish this one out. Unfortunate death there for Paraducks. That will settle back just a bit. Mustard gets a couple leaves, a flower, and a music box. Not a bad grab from the end card game. Finds the World 4 airship. He's going to be moving on to Roy Koopa. See how that fight goes. Two, three hit Roy. No earthquake though, so not too bad of a fight. Warpless is going to take the sand of shame. That's okay. I completely understand. I take it sometimes myself. Paraducks is going to try to do some P-speed strats here. Does take the top route. Nicely done. Going to avoid that power-up though. And Mustard will be moving on to World 7, which will be World 1, which has 3 forts on the screen. He's going to take his chances with that bottom one, which is 6F3. Roy goes down for Paraducks. As Warpless gets to the hammer and then also sees... He's looking for a cloud. He's going to take that cloud to take that. So he's actually really caught up with Paraducks, actually. That death to Paraducks really hurt him. So with that hammer, though, I think the World 1's going to be rather quick, even if the fort does not break the lock. Here is HUmanMustard's finding out. Let's see. And it does not, but he does have a hammer. He's got 2, actually, so he's going to cloud over 1-4. Put to sleep the hammer bro. He's going to move right on through World 7. Same with Paraducks. Both using the same. He's got 2 clouds to use there. 2 clouds and a hammer to get through. So they're both on to World 2 airship here for World 7. Where they'll fight Larry Koopa. Ice Groove proving out that there was another star power-up. There's a lot of star power-ups in this game. I think it's just the seed. So Larry is an Earthquaker. He's got 2 hits. 3 hits. 4. 5. He's a beefy boy.
It looks like Uropsalis used his hammer, but he didn't have a cloud, so he's going to have to play this stage before he gets to the airship.
Yeah, finding 610, not a terrible stage. It's actually pretty quick. Just got to be careful with the ice physics and getting tossed around. Without the random enemies, they usually got those guys that chuck the blocks at you, so it's not too bad, except for that cheap that's kind of trailing right behind him. Dustminion through 8-2. And here's World 8 with a fort right on top. Get another music box from Peach. We find super tanks. Ooh, Mustard taking a hit there. Probably was trying to do it just to get the P speed, which I don't blame him. Gives him a little bit of a boost. Warpless is roughly about a stage and a half behind at this point. Dustminion still working his way through World 6. As long as Mustard doesn't have a huge collapse, looks like he will take Game 2. So both Paraducks and Mustard finding 3F2, the flooded fort. And Warpless is moving on to World 8, so he's really not too far behind. Again, though, it's all up to Paraducks at this point of getting lost, misrouting, or just having a couple mishaps here and there. So it's 2 forts down now. There's the Air Force one. Paraducks is actually going to go for it, which is the Navy stage. Well, Mustard's going to be checking out the pipes to see where they go. He sees the Navy ship on the Dark World. I think he's going to go back and check the other pipe. Not a bad idea. I think the routing's a good idea to know where you're going. See where this takes him. Oh, dead end there for him. That's not good. So there's another pipe. Mustard's checking everything he can at this point. And he does find the Valley of Bowser. So Mustard can easily take this. There's no bridges. That's huge. So playing these forts may not even be worth it. You have to play through them to get through the stages to get to the pipes, but that's it. 0 bridges. That's huge. Mustard's playing through World 4 stage. I'm blanking right now. I want to say it's 4-5. I could be wrong there. I think it's actually a World 3 stage. Forgive me on that. I think it's 3-5 actually. So Mustard does finish that. He will be at Bowser's Fortress. Does he have a frog suit? That's the question. Thanks, Teeks. Yeah, I thought it was 3-5. He does have the frog suit. It's going back in. So Paraducks does find his Valley of Bowser, so he's going to keep moving on. So looks like Paraducks and Mustard right now are in control of these races where they can easily take a lead. Get that 2 wins underneath their belt for their divisions. Mustard taking it nice and slow here. Doesn't want to get hit by any of the fireballs. Or potobos, whatever you want to call them. Is going to go top route again. Hammer suit and star for Paraducks. Here he goes. Mustard carefully scoping out. Oh no! There it goes. There goes the frog suit. He's just going to keep going. He's going to take the classic Bowser kill, or just letting Bowser jump until he falls into a pit. In case you're not aware, Bowser does not have a hitbox unless it's its head. So you can sit there and duck underneath Bowser the whole time and not take any damage. While Paraducks does get the safety clip, the top route clip, very impressive. Looks like they'll both be finished up actually really close here. So give out your GGs to both Mustard and Paraducks. This is almost in sync. Let's see here. Paraducks finishes with an SRL time of 33:19. HUmanMustard finishes with an SRL time of 33:20. That's a 1 second difference. Too bad. Too bad they are not playing each other.
GG to both of them. That was great. That was fun to watch.
It's a really impressive race by both of them. Really good times too for a Group 2 seed. Warpless is actually not too far behind. So like I said before, even though he does not get the win, if he does get into a tiebreaker, his overall times are going to play a huge part of this. So he needs to make sure he finishes with a decent time. Because I believe if you take a forfeit, it's an automatic 2-hour time against you. So Dustminion is working his way through the super tanks. We're going to see if we can get these guys into a chat here. So Warpless taking the top route here, doesn't get the clip. He will be trying to avoid those fireballs. Those fireballs that we saw against Mustard, that was really hard to avoid there. Ooh, does take a hit from that fireball on the top. Dustminion actually makes really good routing choices here in World 8, so he's not too far behind. Does have a cloud, has a hammer suit, and he does have a star. Doesn't use the star though, he's going to stick with the hammer. As Warpless is finishing his fight with Bowser, just a few more jumps. And one more jump for Warpless, and that will be it. So get your GGs out for Warpless here. Get his official time here in just a moment. And he finishes with an SRL time of 35:48. And here's Dustminion with his Bowser fight, taking him down real quick with them hammers. So get your GGs out for Dustminion. Every one of these racers put on a really good show for that second seed. That was really close for all four of them technically. See if we can get these guys in for interviews. So guys, if you are enjoying what you see here, as you see there, the Super Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament does have its bracket set up. If you want to learn to play the game, by all means, definitely join in on that. Get the download link there in chat. We can also help you out with all that. Reach out to all of us in Discord. We're very helpful. We want you all to learn how to play this. The more the merrier. We have a lot of fun with people that while I'm working on interviews.
As someone that has been trying to actually learn how to play this, I would encourage you all to, if you are interested, to do as Gimp had said, and just come on over to the Discord, and all the information is in there, and all the guys have been super helpful, and it really is fun, and they all make it look pretty easy. It is not, and it's so like being able to play it and then watch them, you have a greater appreciation for the skill and the amount of time that they've all put in. It's really quite amazing.
Absolutely. I'm going to extend our GGs to Dustminion. GGs, sir.
Thank you.
GG.
How did you feel about the first seed?
Honestly, the first seed I did pretty well, all things considered, during that one.
And then watch them. You have
I don't think I can say the same for this one, but I did what I could.
Quite amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you did really well. I think you played
GG,
exceptionally well.
Thank you.
You're pretty new to this, right?
GG.
I've been doing for this
How'd you feel
community,
about
but I have
the
been playing
first
this
seed?
off and on ever since Paranoia introduced me to it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I think you did really good for being new to the tournament, especially because I mean you're facing up against Mustard, who's basically one of the I would say one of the grandfathers of the tournament. He's been in this thing for a long time, and he's shown a lot of people like myself the ropes and how to do certain things. So you're pretty new to this.
I
right?
knew it going in. I've been doing for this community, but I
Yeah.
but
So
yeah,
how was your thoughts on the second seed? I felt like you played really well in the second seed.
Yeah, there were still a couple snafus. Like I did that one fortress in World 2 I really didn't need to. I got hit by the 50-50 in World 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I was overly cautious in 4 and 6.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think sometimes you got to play cautiously. Other times, if you feel like you're having a hard time, you got to be aggressive, and it's all up on the racers. Because obviously, when we're racing, we're not watching each other's streams, so we have no idea what our opponent is doing. We have no idea where they're at. We don't know what they're doing. So if you think you're playing bad, you got to take that into your thoughts and being like, all right, I got to be aggressive here. Or if you're like, man, I feel like I'm playing really well, I might take this stage a little slower. It just depends on how you feel.
Still wasn't feeling the confidence at 2 lives, which is why I game over that there.
Yeah, and that happens. Trust me. I think one of the first races I ever had, I game over twice in the first world, and I still somehow came back and won. So it can happen to anybody. So don't let that get you down. Definitely don't let it get you down.
No, I wasn't under no illusion that I was gonna beat Mustard, because I know what he's like.
Mustard is one of a kind. So we do want to give our congratulations out to Paraducks and Mustard. Both of them were unable to do an interview along with Uropsalis. So Dustminion, we want to thank you for coming in here, at least giving us a few words of what you thought. Stay tuned, guys. Tomorrow we've got looks like 2 races. Charlie Boy and Glumutic Acid. They're going to be on SpeedGaming 3 with Brett Southspilla as the commentator, and then on 6:00 p.m. Eastern time, we got S Diesel against Tep TOJ. That's going to be a really good matchup. S Diesel and Tep TO are both veterans, and I think they faced off against each other before, and they got Pro on the commentary for that one. Both of those races are going to be on SpeedGaming 3. Unless you have anything else to say, I think we're done here for tonight.
No, that's
I got nothing else. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, no problem. Guys, make sure to give all these racers a follow. They did a fantastic job tonight. And also make sure to give us commentators a follow. We always appreciate it. So as always, you guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks.
Good night.